Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy JE back for another NFL video. As you can see, week one is in the books, and I'm going to be doing a tier list. So here we go. Tier list, kind of power rankings, you know. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Well, first, let's start with the Thursday night game, which was Dallas and Philly, and that was a pretty close game. Uh, it it was unimpressive from Philly. I was more impressed with the way Dallas looked. Even though Philly didn't play well, I think Dallas played well enough to win the game. But with that being said, I got Philly here with whoa, with the ground and pound menaces they had. I think it was almost 200 yards rushing, which is actual insanity. Um, Dallas disappointed but solid because they played well enough to win the game. Disappointed by the outcome. I As the video progresses, you'll see every team that's in the categories doesn't necessarily fit the you know exact description, but somewhat does. You'll see as it goes on. Um, the next game was Friday in Brazil, I believe. The Chargers, who I'll explain that, and Chiefs. The Chiefs are a weird one, man, because they were only in the game because of how well Mahomes played outside the pocket because he had nothing. They were penalized. It was like they had no discipline. It was a very bad look for the Super Bowl runner-ups, I guess you could say. But I was very impressed with the Chargers. Justin Herbert looked pretty good. He looks like he has a lot of confidence. That running game was pretty good. Well, it's week one. We're not gonna call anybody Super Bowl contenders yet. I'll probably get to that point by week eight, week six, that range. They and then it was the Sunday games. So I'll just go in order from the teams here on out. Um, the Rams. I think they could have played better. I don't know how healthy Stafford is. Puka Nacua had a monster game. I think he had 160 yards on seven or nine receptions. Um, just they played well enough to win, so yeah, you take that. But you know, people were saying that they're potential Super Bowl contenders, but again, that remains to be seen. Uh, Browns. Yeah, no. The only thing that you can take away from that game, if you're a Browns fan, is that the game was close and you had a chance to win. That's all you could take from it. They didn't play well. They completely they outgained the Bengals in yardage in the second half and still lost the game. The Browns are gonna Brown. That's really all you can do. That's all you can say. They're just mid, and that's okay. Um, the Falcons surprised me this weekend. They played very well, not well enough to win. The kicker missed at the end, which was tough. Um, but I think they'll be in the mix for a playoff spot this year because they played well. They played the Bucks pretty tough. Um, yeah, I mean their quarterback looked good. Bijan Robinson is a dog. They looked solid. I was impressed. That defense was pretty good for the most part. Um, Next we got the Niners. Same thing. They played well enough to win, obviously, but I you expect more out of Purdy. It came out that he's out for a couple weeks with injury, so maybe that's why. But we'll see. We'll see how they fare for the next couple weeks, because their season could very well be over in the next 3-4 weeks. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. Try again next week, guys. Pack it up. Just move on to your next opponent. We don't need to talk about it. It just wasn't a good showing for them. Um, yeah, I don't have much to say about Carolina. They just didn't play well. All three phases of the game, they were just bad. Seattle, uh, yeah. Seattle, I would say they expected more when they got Darnold and Cooper Kupp. They were supposed to be another dark horse team, but they very well still can be. It's only week one. But the only thing you can take away from their game was that they played San Francisco close. You got to be able to capitalize off those turnovers by Purdy, man. You have to. Especially this Niners team, they don't have the touted Avengers that they used to have. So, because what's his name is injured. The receiver, Ayuk, he's injured. He's coming off an ACL tear, if I'm not mistaken. McCaffrey, who knows how healthy he actually is. And Deebo Samuel's gone. Um, the Bills. I think they might have had this. They're probably the second best team in the league. I think they kind of put the NFL on notice this weekend. Granted, it's only week one, sure, but that was a very gutsy and resilient win. You gotta respect that. Sure, the Ravens have a history of choking, but that doesn't take away from what they did. They came back from like 15 points in like 5 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. So hats off to them. Ravens got to be better. I think the Packers are the best team in football right now. Granted, of course, I'm going to keep saying this. It's week one. But that Parsons trade really, it kind of made them like a juggernaut because you have to play with a lead against them. And if you can't establish the run against them, it's going to be a tough day for you. The Saints, yeah. Same thing. Try again next week. I don't. It's too early to tell how bad they will be, but I'm predicting they will have the number one pick. It's too early, obviously, to tell, but I think they will have the first pick of the draft. Unfortunately. Well, fortunately, unfortunately, I don't know. It depends on how you see it, but if Arch declares, they will be drafting Arch for sure. Raiders. Uh, the Raiders, I think they're in that QB magic category. And what I mean by that is, as long as Gino is playing the way he played on Sunday, they will be in almost every game that they have. Just because you can't overcome good quarterback play like that. But again, it's Geno Smith, so he's a bit of a roller coaster. But for week one, I think they deserve to be in this QB magic category because that's what makes them competitive. To be honest with you, the Bears. Yeah, just try again next week, guys. Come on. I don't know how you go from looking like a juggernaut offensively in the first, I would say, what, 10 till like 15 plays and then nosedive off a cliff the way they did. But they got to figure out how to keep Caleb playing at a high level while also not being scripted for an entire game. So, and what I mean by scripted is like coaches typically have 10 to 15, 16 plays that they have that are preordained for the game that they know they're going to run. Everything else is an adjustment based on how the team is playing them. So that, you know, we'll see. We'll see what they can do for Caleb, but I was very disappointed. Bro, as a Giants fan, this motherfucker pissed me the fuck off, bro. Oh my god, bro. Fuck me, man. Daniel Jones, bro. You are one of those dudes. You're like, you're on the shit list for every New Yorker right now. I want you to know that. You played a hell of a game, good for you. But fuck you, man. Fuck you. I'm not even gonna. I'm going next, bro. Dolphins. Yeah, you guys are dog shit. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I expected more, but you guys are dog shit. Like, it's. I don't know what the fuck is going on with Tua, but I've seen him have more interviews lately than touchdown passes. So I don't know what's going on. Lord have mercy. It's bad, man. It's bad. Patriots, what I will say is that you guys looked pretty good for about 3.5 quarters of football, and then your offensive line collapsed, and you guys started having bad penalties, false starts, just a bunch of dumb shit. But your quarterback looked okay. I would like to see more creativity in your offense to help out your quarterback, but you guys are in a rebuild, and I think moving forward, your excuse me, moving forward, your trajectory is only on the up. So I think that's kind of like the moral victory that you take from it. Your young QB played pretty well. You would want him to play better, obviously, but he's still young. He has a lot of football to play. So Lions, man, I get it. You're in Lambeau after the huge blockbuster trade of the decade. You didn't have much time to prepare for Micah on that defense because you don't even know how they're going to use him really. So I'm going to try to be nice, but that offense looked anemic, just cold, dead. They were fried. They were getting bullied. Jared Goff was on his ass half the game. They were just getting bullied, bro. Um, yeah, I mean that's all I can really say about that. They got to be better. The scoreboard does not indicate how close that game was. I believe the score was like 24-13, something like that. Bengals. You guys are you got to win in week 1. Congrats, but like no. We got to be better than that. Joe Burrow, you got to be better than that. Jamar Chase got locked up, and when that happens, they're not very good, but they beat the Browns. They're expected to do that, so disappointed by the way they did it, but they did it. Yeah, bro. The only thing I will say about the Titans that I was impressed with was this is gonna sound fucked up, but they managed to lose the game. Their defense generated, I think it was 3 turnovers, and they managed to lose. That's that's impressive, bro. That's impressive. Cam Ward looked solid. He looked very poised. I didn't really see many rookie like mistakes, but his receivers got to hold on to the ball. Like that's really all I can say. Oh man, Jags, Jags, Jags. You guys are an interesting bunch. You guys ran the hell out of that ball. It was Carolina, but like, you know, Carolina's not very good. We'll see where you guys go from here, but they got to be feeling good. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think they're the only team in their division that won. If I'm not mistaken. Who's in their division? It's 10. Oh no, and the Colts won. Yeah, the Colts won. Handedly, might I say. Broncos, you guys only won that game because you were playing the Titans. If you play anyone a tier above the Titans, you lose that game by 28 points. You guys got to clean that up. Your running game is phenomenal, but Bo Nix, you got to be better than that, bro. Oh my god, bro. Watching this game after falling for all the preseason hype and belief and just hope that I had watching this game was shattered within 20 minutes. We couldn't move the ball at all. Like, nothing. Russell Wilson is running for his life half the game. Andrew Thomas, bro, please, please come back, bro. I don't know what kind of drugs you need to be on to come back, but like, do it, bro. Inject yourself with horse tranquilizer, whatever you gotta do. We need to protect this dude, bro. We need to protect him. If we lose this weekend, our season will be over. I want you, I want everyone that watches this video to know that the Giants' season will be over if they lose this weekend. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Minnesota, you guys got a dog at QB, by the way. You guys got a fucking dog. Anemic for 3.5 quarters, and he must have activated the Michigan quarterback DNA that Brady has, because he turned into a monster, bro. I don't know what the hell happened to him, but he turned into a monster. You guys were down, I think it was 13 points, and he came back. That's insane. Obviously, there's things to work on. I'm gonna reorder everything, obviously, after I'm done. But yeah, that was a hell of a statement by the Vikings. Cardinals. This was tough for me. This was tough for me because they played the Saints and they didn't look very good. But with respect, because it's week one, I'm going to put them with the other ground and pound menaces. But there's an asterisk because of who they played. But they gotta. I think they play. I think they play Pittsburgh. I don't know who they play. I'm not sure. They gotta clean up a lot this week, though. Shame on them. Yeah, I mean, we knew the Ravens were gonna run the ball. I knew on my couch. You knew on your couch. The announcers on TV knew. Everyone in the world knows that this is what they do. They run the ball. When they're up, 15, I don't know why they decide to try to get cute, but you know, I'm not a coach, bro. The Bucks. So the Bucks are interesting because I think they have the offense to be like a very competitive team in the playoffs, but I don't like that their defense is undisciplined. Too many personal fouls, too many roughing the passer calls. Just they got to clean that up. And I was shocked to see that from a Todd Bowles team, but their offense looks solid. I really like their offense. Baker is slinging that ball, doing what he does, and I'm happy for Baker. I'm glad he has like his situation finally, cause whatever that was with the Browns was not it. And then he had like 2 or 3 weeks with the Rams that were not it. But I'm glad he finally got a home. Happy for him. Um, they'll definitely be in the hunt for a playoff spot as well. The Jets, you guys, I think they ran the ball almost 40 times. That's insanity. 40 times they ran the ball. But they're the Jets, so they lost. But, you know, they they only lost because it was Aaron Rodgers on the other side. I'll be honest with you. And he turned into Perk Rodgers in that game. That man was, he, yeah, put him in the QB magic category just because they don't win that game if their quarterback's not Aaron Rodgers. And he absolutely, I don't know what the hell he did. He probably woke up, took some ashwagandha, couple perks. Who knows, bro? Some Adderall. Who fucking knows? That dude was making throws I haven't seen him make in years. Fuck them, bro. Fuck Washington, bro. They they were just able to do whatever they wanted to my Giants, unfortunately. But hats off to them. They're solid, very solid. I wouldn't be surprised if they win the division. Their offense is that much more layered and explosive now that they have Debo Samuel and McDaniels. Jaden Daniels has another year under his belt with his coordinators and all that. Dan Quinn is a hell of a coach. They're in a very good spot. I wouldn't be surprised if they're in the Super Bowl in the next maybe 2, 3 years. And the Texans. No, 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 I'm sorry. The Texans. We gotta have a conversation about CJ Stroud, man. I don't know what's going on, but come on, brother. They gave you that, you know, AFC quarterback, like, you know, they gave you that status with the big four. They said you got next, brother. Where you at? Where you at, bro? I don't see you. You looking real suspect, brother. And I'm a fan. I'm a fan of CJ Stroud. I like the way he plays. He's like nice dude, but he throws an excellent deep ball. But I need to see the maturation. I need to see all the checks at the line. I need to see the blitz pickups. I need all of that, bro. By the way, that offensive line looks like shit. I don't know what the hell happened, but like if the Giants are what not to do at offensive line, you guys are pretty damn close. Pretty damn close. But now we're gonna put this in order. So that's everyone's tiers, but I think I'm gonna rank them. So like one, two, three, four, five, etc. Uh, I'm happy with this. Uh, I don't even know if we can do that, really. Like, I'll rank them by row, obviously, but like, I wouldn't be comfortable saying that the Jets are a better team than the Steelers. I wouldn't be comfortable saying that. So, with that being said, I'm just gonna order them how they are based on the tier that they're in. And the reason I have like this ground and pound stuff so high is because it's so difficult to stop it, because the game of football in essence is moving another person against their will. So to be a dominant team running the ball, it's impressive. It's very impressive. Especially now the NFL is doing this too high shell stuff. They're trying to not get beat deep anymore, which I respect. Bring back the defense, bring back the hitting, the smash mouth football that we used to have. I want that back so badly. That's why I like the ground and pound, the running game. So I would say Philly's better than Baltimore. I think the Broncos are better than Indy. I think the Jets are better than the Jags. I think Washington is actually ahead of all those teams. Uh, I would I would put Arizona between these two. I like that. I like the way that looks. Cause well, clearly after these three teams here, there's a big drop off, right? So I'd say that this looks right to me. Um, yeah, eh, yeah, yeah, I'd say that. I wouldn't go as far as saying the Steelers are better than Kansas City, because I don't know how, I can't tell how good the Chargers defense is, because they played Kansas City, and Kansas City's explosive plays have been on the down for about a year now. So it's tough. Um, yeah, no, this is, yeah, this is about right to me. I just don't think Dallas has the personnel to deal with the three teams outside of the Bengals that's in front of them on the offensive line. I think the pass rush of those three in front of them is better than their offensive line, and I think that's why I would put them ahead. Obviously, the Lions are the best team in this row. Let's not even play that game. The Browns are the worst team. I would say this is pretty accurate. Uh, yeah, the Bears looked good. They looked good for the majority of that game. But the outcome is what makes me say try again next week. I think the Giants are better than the Dolphins as a like complete team. I think the Giants have the best defensive line in all of football, but that doesn't win you games. Points does. So that's the part that's that makes it difficult to rank Miami. because they don't have anything outside of their offense. But their offense is anemic because Tua is like, he might still be concussed for all we know. So I'm very interested to see how Miami's season goes. Um, I'm gonna check the schedule going into week 2, and maybe I'll do like a predictions. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. All right, so these are the games coming up this week. I'm gonna make my picks. Um, Packers. I'm We're 5.5 dogs, but only because of how well they played against Philly. I think they only played that well because Jalen Carter got ejected, honestly. So with that being said, I think our defense is gonna dominate that offensive line, and I genuinely think we will beat the Cowboys. I do, I really do. I think it'll be one of our best games that we play this season. So I'm gonna pick the Giants. We'll see if I'm right. Um, oh, they play Seattle this week. Yeah, I'm picking the Steelers, Rams for this game. This is tough because I don't know if the Bills can stop the run. But I'm not gonna bet against Josh in that game. Yeah, I'll take the Bills. This is this is bad ball right here, bro. This is just bad ball. I'll take the Patriots. Yeah, I'll take the Patriots to upset the Dolphins. Dolphins are probably favored. I'm taking the Bengals, begrudgingly so. I'm gonna take the Saints in this game because Brock Purdy's injured, and so is George Kittle. So we don't know what that offense is gonna look like. I think this is a trap game for the Niners. I really do. I really think it's a trap game. I'm not gonna lie. The Ravens are about to put belt to ass on the Browns, bro. It's it's gonna be scary hours. I'll be surprised if Lamar doesn't have like 4 touchdowns. I'll be surprised. Bears, Lions. I don't even know, bro. Lions are home. I want to say the Lions. I really do. But I got to see what that offense does, man. I'm going to pick the Lions, begrudgingly so. This game is going to tell me a lot about that motherfucker Daniel Jones. This game right here, bro, is going to tell me a lot. I'm picking the Broncos because fuck Daniel Jones, but like, I'd be surprised, man. I'll be surprised. Oh my goodness, no way. They got 2 layups? The Cardinals better win this game. That's another layup for them. They better win this game. Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl rematch this early in the season? Damn. Who the fuck made this schedule, bro? Uh, they're at. Where are they? They're in Arrowhead? Yeah, they're in Arrowhead. So I I think this is a trap game for Philly though. They're both rested, to be honest. Uh, I wouldn't say it's a trap game per se necessarily. I'll take that back. But the Eagles didn't look that good, man. They really didn't. I don't know. I don't know who to pick. The Giants fan in me is telling me to pick the Chiefs, but I want to be right. I'm gonna say Philly, man. I just I don't know how good Kansas City's offense is anymore. This is gonna be an interesting game. I might have to tune in for this game. This is an interesting game. Uh, two young quarterbacks in the NFC. I want to say the Falcons. I want to say the Falcons, but the Vikings just they impressed me, man. And I don't know who the hell is matching up with Jettas. I don't know who it is. It's not me, thank God. But like, I don't know, bro. He was asleep for like 3 quarters in the last game, and then woke up and changed the game entirely. I got the Bucks. That offensive line that the Texans have is suspect, and I think this will be a it'll be a good test for the Texans. If they could beat the Bucks, that'd be a huge win for them. Because I think the Bucks are a very solid team, but Bucks will probably win that. The Chargers are gonna blow them out. Will it be more than 3 scores? Probably not, but I won't be surprised if it is. 10 o'clock? Oh my God, what the fuck is that? Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see if I'm right. I think the only lock in this entire thing is probably the Packers. I think they're the only lock. I'm lying. I'm lying. I'm lying. The Chargers are the only lock. Everyone else, it's kind of it could go either way. Because the Browns, honestly, that pass rush could like wreck the game, but it's a very low chance. But I think the only lock is the Chargers. And if you were betting and excuse me, you needed a guarantee, I would pick the Chargers. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, show me a little love. Appreciate you guys. See you in the next one.